Donut. Welcome in, Fal.
Let's go!
Let's go! Alright. Welcome in, Monster. Happy Monday. Where the fuck are my donut properties? Item?
Let's go!
Donut? Let's go! Who did that? Welcome in, McVin. Hope everybody's week is going well so far. Hello, hello. How's everybody else's Monday coming along so far? Alright. I remember correctly. I rewound the video a little bit to get caught up, but I believe I can only get that menu immediately after placing an object for some reason. I don't know why it's like that. Okay. Yeah, I need to move chat over here. Okay. Oh, this is this is a little laggy. Probably because I am also streaming. That's probably fine. If I turn the textures off, that'll probably help. Is that better? That's a little better. That's honestly noticeably better. We want a very thick donut. I like my donuts pretty thick. And then grab to move. Slide this bad boy over here. Just a little bit off to the side so I can work with it. I don't need to mess with the resolution of the cube. Not yet, at least. Damn it. Hang on. That is... There's gotta be... There's gotta be a better way. If I click off of the fucking object, I lose the ability to mess with its basic properties. There's no way. That shit's gotta be in here somewhere. But maybe that will come up later. Okay. For now, we really got to make sure that we like the donut before we click off. All right. Definitely don't need that many segments. I do like 20. Only not even that much. Since I'm very much interested in low poly for now. Could probably do a little bit more than that. 12? 12 looks alright. Controls is probably good. As for this, 8. 8's good. 8x8. Oh, look, now that's a low poly donut if I've ever seen one. All right, that looks like the move. Now grab this bad boy, slide him along the x-axis over this way. Now that I know I like how it looks. All right, strong start. Right, I've seen this part already. It is in fact already looking delicious. Welcome in, Gray. Happy Monday. Hope your week's off to a good start. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use this because like I said, I'm kind of going for intentionally low poly look, but it's definitely important to know that it's there. Doesn't look too bad. If I was going for like old PC, this would be great. Low poly with smooth shading, but I'm going for like PS1 vibes. So we'll shade this bad boy flat. Are we gonna have vertex smoothing too? Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, cool. I'm curious. I'm curious if my donut will disappear when I do this. But I don't know how easy this is to Actually, it's a modifier. Surely I can just take it off. And if I can't, then there's always the undo button. So I was going to make a copy. Because, again, I don't think I want this on my final donut. But generate... What was it? Subdivision? Subdivision surface. Alright. Looks a little bit better, I think. Can I disable? Can I temporarily disable? Real time. Oh. Oh. Wait. Wait. Undo that. I guess apply makes it permanent. If it disappears, would it be a do not? I guess so. I guess so. How do I... How do I make you, like, temporarily not exist? Mm, that's not it. Oh, viewport use? Aha! Okay. Okay, it's this thing to temporarily turn it off. Cool. Wait a minute. I don't remember my donut having this many sections to it. Oh, it's backwards. What? That's really weird, but okay. Okay, yeah, that is significantly smoother. What is this? Just edit cage? I don't want to fucking know. It makes it tiny, too. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I see. I see what's happening. Levels viewport. 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Now we're getting real smooth. If you want a smooth fucking donut, slap the modifier on. Yeah, 8 sharp corners on your soft and fluffy donuts? That's cringe, dude. I love my donuts sharp. I love my PS1 donuts. The PlayStation 1, the greatest console ever made. Second greatest console ever made, just shy. You know what? I'm gonna flip that around. PS2, second best console ever made, just shy of the PS1. Alright. I'll turn that off. I'll turn that off for now, because I want my jagged edges. Also, welcome in there. Happy Monday. Hopefully your week is off to a good start. Alright. What else does this man have to say about modifiers? Hmm. I am curious if I have that on. I don't know what the default value for that is. Okay, good. Because I have a fairly beefy GPU, and I would like to make sure that it's being used. Got to play a PS2 earlier. Underground 2 and Most Wanted. A bar does retro gaming Mondays. Oh, PS2s and the retro gaming bars. No! I'm turning to fucking ash. Honestly, though, any excuse to play some PS2 games, I can't be that mad. The use of the half-joking tone indicator is disgusting. I've seen a John Measley video or two. I fucking hate that tone indicator. But how is the new skate actually? I'm guessing you have played it. It's grown a pimple. Earth. All right. That is I like my perfect donut, but that might be useful on our square here. So okay, before I explain, uh I'm assuming there's some sort of character customization. It's kind of funny if there's no white like base character, but I assume you can just like pick a unit and then adjust the skin tone and you're good. But so what I've got here is the donut that I'm going to be making, a nice little low poly PS1 donut. Because that's the style I want to practice. I've got my my Void model for Ashura. I imported her so I can study her in for like bones and stuff, because it would be good to be able to reference a fully complete functioning animatable character model. But I don't know how to interact with it yet. I've tried clicking around and I cannot get shit to do fuck on this thing. So hopefully by the time I hit the end of this tutorial, I'll have some idea on how to make this thing fucking move around. Because then I can take that knowledge and apply it to our cube here. Because I'm going to try and make a low poly character version of Ashura from scratch. We'll see how that goes. Whenever I encounter information when making the donut that will be useful for making the character model, I will try to apply it. But for now, turn this back into gray mode so I can move with a little bit of immediacy. Tab to switch to edit mode. Let's click this bad boy. There we go. So if I want to make legs, I want to be able to split this up somehow. Can I select just these? Perfect. Subdivide is probably what I want. Subdivide, yes. Quad corner type, number of cuts. Can I... There's gotta be a faster way to do this. Can I just do this? Oh, hang on. And then deselect you. Please, thank you. Yeah, it's just these. Can I combine you? New edge face from vertices. Yes. And then I do the same thing here. Grab these. Make sure none of the other vertices are selected. New from vertices. Jumping on the assumption that the creator isn't in the game yet since it's early access. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if a game's going to have a character creator, then any playable instance of that game should have some form of character creation. It's kind of like, you know, since it's a vertical slice, you need to be able to sample what the game's going to have to offer, even if it's not complete. Okay. We have cube, which means I should be able to turn this into legs. Extrude. Like so. What? That shit looked like the fucking Minecraft ghast. Okay, hang on. I should be able to delete these, because I don't need them. Can I just, like, delete vertices? What are you talking about? I just want to make... Okay, wait. Okay, what if I do this? New edge face from vertices. Okay, that didn't do fucking shit. How do I make you not do that? Okay, what if I just get rid of you? Delete? Nope. Dissolve? Aha! Okay, can I do both of these and dissolve both of them? Dissolve vertices. Alright, we're fucking gaming. Hey, Mike, welcome in. Leave me a message from your YouTube account. Bird Brain by Jamie P is still very iconic. I know what some of those words mean. Jade, welcome in. Why are we doing donuts? What? What was that? I just got a fucking Windows error noise. And I don't think that was a redeem, because I don't see it showing up in chat. What the fuck was that? I don't think anything broke. OBS is still on. Firebot's still on. Blender's still on. Firefox is still on. What the fuck was that? I didn't even get like a visual indicator of anything. What was that? Okay, whatever. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the reason we're doing donuts, Jade, is because the donut is a rather well-known tutorial for how to learn how to use Blender. And potentially other 3D modeling programs. I guess I should explain what exactly is going on here. So, over the weekend, I was doing custom-made modding. As some of you are aware, you saw the results in the server that I think look pretty good, but could have been better. And during that process, I thought I was going to need to learn how to use Blender to fix one of the mods that was like, there was one thing that made it not fit the character. It was like there was like an accessory on one of the jackets that was just like, it was, what is it called? Like a tassel? You know the thing that's on a jacket and it looks kind of like a rope and it goes across from one half of the jacket to the other? It was one of those and it was really big and distracting. And I was like, the jacket looks great, but I wish it didn't have this big ass fucking tassel on it. And then I realized it was split. It was a separate segment of the model on the clothing. And I was like, sure, this is controlled by a separate file, which means theoretically, if I can figure out how to get rid of this, I can just have it not show up. Nothing seemed to work in terms of file manipulation, so I was like, okay, it seems like I'm gonna have to go into this model and just delete the vertices. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to learn Blender, because Blender can, I looked it up and there are plugins for Blender specifically for editing custom-made mods. So I downloaded Blender, tried to import the mod, couldn't get it to work, and then tried some other programs and found out I can sort of like metadata edit the mod to tell it not to load that part of the model. So that was a little anticlimactic, but at least I figured it out. But at that point, I was like, well, shit, man, I already downloaded Blender. I have long since wanted to mess with 3D in more detail. You know, I'm doing shit in Vroid and Warudo. Clearly, I'm enjoying messing with 3D models. Fucking now's as good a time as any. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. So I was like, fuck it. Give me the donut tutorial. Time to learn how to make 3D models. And here we are. And yeah, the donut is among the 3D modeling community, probably the most famous tutorial, because it's like recognizable, and making a donut and putting it on a table teaches you a lot of the fundamentals, as far as I can tell. I think that's part of why it's so famous, is because it teaches you so much of the fundamentals in a digestible manner. No pun intended. We're not digesting the donut in that way. But yeah, so that's why we're making a donut. Now, I need to figure out how to extrude. Do not digest the donut. How dare you? Okay. Extrude vertices along the z-axis. We're gonna bring it like down here. That feels appropriate for a leggy. And then take these. Let's make this more consistent. 0.3 meters. That way I can replicate this easily on the other one. 0.35. We want long leggies. Honestly, we probably want longer leggies than that even. Make it like 0.5. That's probably good. You are not digesting the donut. Nobody is digesting the donut. It's mine. It's my donut. Fucking relax. And now I need to shrink this. How do I do that? Shrink. Shrink along the x-axis only. Okay, apparently that's not possible. That's gonna be annoying. If you shrink it like this much. Proportional edit. What? Nope. Don't want that. Offset even. No. Mirror editing. -2.
Viper 4, engage.
Whoa! Boop, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Oh, that didn't even shrink the way that I wanted it to. What the fuck? Okay, undo that. Hello, hello. What were you getting up to? Playing with models. What were you building? What were you building on your stream? Insert faces. Bevel. Poly build. Spin, smooth, edge slice. Shear. I just want to make these, like, go towards the center of itself. Playing Silk Song and building Gunpla the last hour. Ooh. How was that? How's Silk Song treating you? I hear good things. How do I make you shrink, but not shrink vertically? There's probably a very annoying answer to this. Or rather, there's probably a much less annoying answer to this than what I'm about to do. New edge face from vertices. No fucking way. Hang on. I have to select all of these guys. Now make faces. New faces. Whoops. That's not how that works. Okay. We have to do this one at a time. New edge from vertices. Face. And then let's collect these bad boys. Make a face. Make a face. Make a face. All right. If I grab you and I try to shrink you again. Okay, now it doesn't. Now it's not doing it. Like, now it's doing the thing that I want it to do, which is great. But I need to be able to repeat this. Even thickness off. Offset 0.6. Offset even. Okay, that's definitely not helpful. Six Song is good, frustrating, but you love it nonetheless. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's about what I've heard. MGSD Strike Freedom. I mean, I'll hold my tongue on SD Gundam. They're cute. But building is building. Okay, so this is... We're sure this is... Yeah, okay. 0.6. 0.6 even, please. And then I probably want these to move towards each other. So I'm going to grab this, slide it along the y-axis. Like this much, like halfway forward. We'll do 1 meter, minus 1 meter. What? Excuse you? Why'd you fucking lie to me about how far this was moving? Oh. Accidentally added a couple zeros though. It's 0.01. Okay. Oh wait, no, sorry. 0.1. Minus 0.1. There we go. And then we do the same thing for you. Slide you along the y-axis about hereabouts. Minus 0.1. Bro, we got ourselves a fucking leggy and a fat ass, apparently. I probably need to, like, not shrink it that much. Now that I think about it. Let's yoink you, slide you forward, like, that much? 0.06 minus 0.06. Minus 0.06. I just realized I could have grabbed them both and then... I could have selected them both and then transformed. I'm an idiot. That's a little better. And then we do the same thing over here. So we select 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, man. There's gotta be a way to select a face just by clicking on the face. There's no way. Here we go. Select mode face. Shift click for multiple modes. Control click expand selection. Okay, so if I shift... Nope. That didn't do fucking shit. Ah. Okay, yeah. God, that's so much better. I'm learning. Extrude vertices. Along the z-axis, we'll put you down here. We were extruding that by what? 0.5? Minus 0.5? Or was it 0.6? Minus 0.6. That's too much. Minus 0.55. Something is amiss. Subdivide, extrude, bevel. Can I align these? Snap vertices? Vertex crease. Subdivide, extrude. Oh, you can extrude the face. That's probably way more useful. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Why are these not the same height? This is pissing me off. Minus 5.3. Where is it? Where is it? Repeat history. Display menu for previous actions performed. Where is... Okay, there we go. Okay, that history does not go nearly as far back as I was hoping. I should probably... Okay. Now that I know how to make this go a little faster, I want to redo this process and I guess document the numbers I used so I don't forget. So let's get rid of these bad boys. Delete. Vertices. Come on. Dissolve? Dissolve vertices? Dissolve Nope, that didn't do it either. Only edges and faces. Okay, that didn't help either. Had a prior engagement that you must attend to? Okay. Godspeed, Jade. We're gonna figure this out. And I guess these need to be a little bit wider as well. Okay. I just undo. How far back can I undo? That's as far back as it'll let me go. That's quite annoying. Alright. Delete faces. Faces. Okay. Delete vertices. I would like to extrude faces along the y-axis. We extrude by like... I feel like we ended up on 5. Yeah, that looks good. 0.5. 0.5. Okay, shrink. Oh no, they're like connected. Damn it. I did not consider that. Alright. Yeah, we gotta do it one at a time. Alright. Extrude. Sorry, I meant on the z-axis. Silly me. Extrude by 0.5. Negative 0.5. Wait. Extrude faces. I'm a dingus. 0.5. And then... we want to shrink. That is so much the opposite of what I wanted to accomplish. Why are you like this? I just want to make you get closer together. Okay, so it turns out what I wanted was push-pull. Okay, cool. I guess? I fucking guess. Push them apart, pull them together? Sure, whatever, man. Point 0.6. 0.6 feels appropriate. And then... we want these two vertices specifically. I'm gonna yoink these bad boys along the y-axis, move them forward like so by about negative 0.03. Yeah, that'll do. All right, and then we do the same thing for you. Extrude faces. Extrude by 0.5. Shrink No, I don't want shrink. I want push-pull. And I need this for that. Push-pull. Hold them together by... Fucking, what was it? 0.6? That looks alright. You want these two. Grab them along the y-axis. Push them forward by negative 0.03. Okay. We have leggy. I could probably do the same thing for arms. Also, the body is very wide. Let's grab this bad boy. Yoink him along the y-axis, like... I probably should have did this before making the legs, in retrospect. But that's okay. That feels right. Move that forward by 0.15. Negative 0.1. Yeah, we can further refine this later. Which means these fellas get to slide forward a little bit more. Make this like square feet, I guess these are technically feet. There we go. Now, arms time. Feet confirmed. Okay, we take you... Subdivide. How do I make you not do that? What if I just want to cut you in half, dog? What if I don't want to cut you into fourths? I guess I have to do this. On subdivide. What the fuck is that? Okay. That's not what that fucking does. Bridge? What? Okay, I guess I don't know what bridging is. Inset? No. Whatever that was about to do, that's not what I wanted. Poke. Okay, that's a cool technique. But don't need that for now. That might be useful later. Split? What does that mean? If I grab you, what the Okay. Not that. Let's also undo whatever the fuck the split was. If I then grab you... Okay, never mind. I thought maybe split somehow made it act like that, but no, it was always going to do that. What if I split you? Okay, that didn't do anything. I don't know what the fuck split does. Can we dissolve these? Dissolve vertices. Yes? No. We need those. Okay, can I dissolve this one? Yes, but now there's... What are you doing here? Dissolve. Okay. Dissolve. And we have to dissolve you again. I don't know why. Dissolve you. Okay. I don't know why I needed to dissolve the ones in the middle twice. It probably has something to do with the way that the subdivision worked. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. Split. Still don't know what that does. Wait a minute. Ah. It removes it from this. I see. Is this one? Oh, it is. I forgot to... There was a split that I forgot to undo. Okay, hang on. Okay. These are all connected to each other. Excellent. Wait a minute, what do I have selected? This isn't the fucking Taurus. Oh, it's in here. Okay, I need to make another collection. New collection... E small. Slide you in here. Oh. Okay. I wish you would stay connected to the fucking collection that you're a part of. This shit is pissing me off. But it won't be an issue once I'm not messing with the V-word model anymore. It's just very annoying for now. Alright. Back to you. Everything is connected. So if I dissolve these... I really gotta do that one at a time, huh? Okay. Dissolve. Does this? No, that definitely doesn't do what I want. Let's see. New edge. That didn't appear to do anything. Whee! New edge, please. Connect vertex path? Wait. If I dissolve you, and then click on these two, connect. Aha! I'm telling you, there's gotta be a better way to do this. Oh, okay. I guess now that they're not all connected, dissolve works properly. Okay. I just had to get rid of that middle one. Burke, welcome in. Happy Monday. How was your Monday coming along? And yes, we are in Donut Town. I am making a PS1 donut, and alongside it, I am taking whatever knowledge is applicable in trying to make a low poly Eshera. I have the full V-word model here for reference. And we're gonna try to do something with this. Okay, that took so much longer than it needed to. Now we can extrude the face. Actually, I should probably replicate this on the other side beforehand. Subdivide. Now we know how this goes. Dissolve vertices. This should go way faster. Connect path. And then these two can get dissolved. Easy. Look how fucking fast that went compared to the first one. Extrude face. How long should this arm be? 0.3? That feels appropriate. Arm a little bit longer than the body. Yeah, that feels right. Do the same here. Same thing here. Extrude. 5.3. Now the question is, if I select both of these and hit push-pull, no. I need to do this one at a time. Okay. Push-pull. Push-pull by like 0.3. Or maybe 0.4. Point 0.4 feels right. 0.5? 0.5 might be too much. Or it might be just right. Alright. Push-pull by 0.5. Now we are nice and symmetrical. Okay. I guess I could technically extrude a head. Yeah, I should probably do that. All right. How do we want to do this? Mm. Hmm. Dogs confirmed. They did technically, very technically, there. We got little paw pads. Okay, how would I add symmetrical equidistant vertices to this line? I guess. Okay. I think I have an idea. Subdivide. And then I want to be rid of this. These two I would connect. How do I do that? How did I do it before? I guess I can click on this edge. Can I just like delete edges? Nope. Dissolve edges. Okay. Okay, and then We want to grab this guy, slide him along the x-axis, like here, minus 0.05. And then I would like to duplicate edge slide, edge split, mark freestyle edge. That mark freestyle edge sounds like the name of a fucking PS2 character. And his evil rival brother, Clear Freestyle Edge. I want to duplicate the edge, and I have no idea how you go about doing that. What does bisect do? Fucking nothing, apparently. Hmm. Okay. Edit, redo. This blender looks a lot friendlier than it did back when you were in college. I do feel like we've come a long way. Did prefer Maya at the time, and it was still industry standard, but this blender seems way less like garbage for your brain to parse. I ended up on Blender for two reasons. One, because I ended up downloading Blender for the custom-made journey that I was on over the weekend. But two, Blender does feel like my favorite of the big 3D modeling programs, only because something about the lighting in Blender animations has always been my favorite. When I'm watching 3D animations of things, I've always noticed that the lighting in the Blender ones were like, this shit's where it's at. So they're doing something right. Okay. So what we're going to do, subdivide again. Oh, subdivide again. What? Excuse you. Why won't you let me subdivide again? Can I subdivide this one? I'm... Whoops. Hang on. Hang on. Why did it... Why is it like that? Okay. Subdivide the face. Okay. Subdivide the vertexes? No. Brother, what are you talking about? Why will you not let me unsubdivide? I don't know when I'm ever going to use that, because it never seems to do what I think it's going to do. It must be because these are connected. So let me... Okay. Let me get rid of you. Dissolve... Dissolve vertices. Okay, can I subdivide you now? No. Dissolve? Okay. What about now? Hey! Okay. It took a second, but we got there. Okay, this, and actually we need those. This and this, y'all can go. New vertex path. And then this one, go away. Dissolve edge. That, I feel like, is such a cursed way to do that, but we got there. We got there eventually. And now, extrude. Now we have a head. Extrude by 0.12. 0.11. The head gets a little bit closer to the shoulders. Okay. Let's slide along the x-axis like here-ish. Negative 0.03. Negative 0.02. That'll probably do. Grab this. Whoops. Forgot to lock it to the x-axis. That could have been ugly. 0.02. And then slide this along the Z. .035. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Behold a man. If it can T-pose, it's alive. Alright. That's huge. I know how to manipulate vertices. This is going to be integral. But now, back to the donut. That seems very handy for, like, organic stuff. Like terrain and, in this case, bread, which, in a way, is very similar to terrain. Don't know how much... I don't know how much mileage I'm gonna get out of that. Like, there's certainly... I don't think there's anything I would use that on currently, but I'll keep that in mind. Proportional editing. Where was that? Where was that, actually? It's in the corner somewhere. Is it this? That's show gizmo. Show overlays. Toggle X-ray. I know a thing or two about that. If I select something. Merge vertices. Force field? What the fuck? Ah, here we go. Yeah, sure enough, they're the whoa. Fascinating. Yeah, it's a little bit more to the left than I was looking originally. Okay. Oh, one day you can encounter bread terrain. One day. If you learn 3D modeling, you can make your own bread terrain. That is a nice lumpy donut. Tell that to the squapes, sir. Squapes when? That would be pretty... I'm pretty sure I could make them... As soon as I figure out how to texture things, like, I could do that. So there's a seam. Yeah, that thing that I was literally just doing, selecting vertices one at a time. Please tell me there was a better way to do this. How does it know? Interesting. Do I want to do that to my perfect donut that I love very much? Maybe? At the very least, I should do it for practice. I shouldn't skip too many of these tidbits, because I'm sure they will come in handy later. So if you heard a clap, that was me trying to get a fly. Alright. I would like to edit donut, please. Oh, I'm not in... Wait. There we go. I wasn't in edit mode. What was it? Alt? Yeah! Alright. Bro, it's like the Lightspeed dash. And then we scale. That's a little too much. That looks good. Look at that. Yeah, okay. Turns out I did want to do that. That is looking much more donut-like. I might leave the inside alone. Nah, we'll do it with the inside. It'll probably end up looking better. Or just like extremely tiny donut. How's that? Yeah. That feels right. Okay. Imagine having lumps on your donut, bro. Alright. I know I'm a beginner to the 3D modeling space, but I think I know how to save a file. Okay. I did not think we were going to be duplicating the entire object. I thought we were gonna, I don't know, do extrusions or something. But alright, let's do that. One torus, please. I guess I should rename this body. This is a mesh, so mesh body. Okay, we do not duplicate here. I'm gonna go object mode. Object. Duplicate object. Mesh. Frosting. Alright. What are we doing with this? Where have you? This guy is very fond of the keyboard shortcuts, and understandably so, especially if you're learning to be a professional. Of course, you would want to learn to be as efficient as possible. Brother, I'm not hitting F2 to rename my objects. It's a double clicking the layer feels right at home. Oh, that's what toggle X-ray does. Oh no, the donuts are Z fighting. He said it! He said the line. Okay, before we get to that, let me get rid of those vertices. X-ray. Thankfully, toggling orthographics shouldn't be necessary for this. Pretty easy to line it up, since there aren't many vertices to go around. Delete these bad boys. Alright. Alright, now what? Okay. Modifier. What is it? Oh, subdivision, right. Which we are not using. Honestly. Yeah, get this out of here. We don't need that. Generate, solidify. There we go. It's just a little thick. I make it like 2. Aha! I can make it whatever I want. 200. Yuck! Now that's some frosting. Alright. 1 is plenty. I feel like his donut is smaller than mine, because at 1, this barely extrudes out. Whereas with his, it's significantly more noticeable. Let me do... Okay, that's a little too much. 5? Maybe just 2. Three ought to do the trick. Alright. Oh, okay, he does make it even thicker. Okay, I probably want to make my... Maybe 5, then. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay. Turn that shit off. Gotcha. I am understanding. No, it's not getting audio. It's only on my stream. What does that mean? Getting audio but no voice. What? Oh yeah, no, I just wasn't talking. I was I'm just watching the video. Was my was my model mouth moving? Oh, I think my hand was on my chin and it was confusing the face tracking. Got that fighting game mouth. I'll show you what kind of fucking mouth I got. How do you unhide? Okay. So it occurs to me that the for the style that I'm going for, I don't think I would do this. Like I think I would just want it to be on the texture. Like the frosting and the body would just be on a single texture. I don't want to skip through it because he might bring up other stuff that I could use, so I will still watch through this just in case, but I don't think I'm actually going to do this. I'll do the frosting all on the texture. So let's get you out of here. Don't actually need you. Thank you for your service. We are back to a pristine donut. I kind of want this to be shrunken. Let's see. I want to bring these in. So if we go where's X-ray? If we go X-ray, select this bad boy. Alt click, and then what was it? Control plus? Nope. Alt plus? Shift plus? What the fuck was it? Hang on. Mesh. Uh, it was one of these. It's in here somewhere. Is it select? Select more. Control plus. Control numpad plus? Really? You're getting that specific on me? That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then scale? Undo that. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. What about push pull? Okay. Definitely not that. Okay, scale it is. How small do I want this donut hole to be? Whoops. I think that'll do. You're saying he does the frosting as a second part, but you just do it on the texture map? Yeah. So what he's doing is making a separate what? Oh, okay. I saw the spam show up in my like overlay chat feed, and I thought that meant it didn't get caught by Seribot, and I'm like, Seribot, you're slacking, but no, they got him. Uh, but yeah, what he's doing is he duplicated the donut to maintain the shape, then applied modifiers to it to make it thicker, and is, recreating the frosting as a separate object. Whereas on a low poly model like this, that's not, as far as I can tell, that's not really how that would have worked, especially because that model snapping would not be viable for this look. If I tried to do that and then use the subdivision modifier, it would make the frosting too round. It would break the art style. So I would just I would just color in the frosting over the base texture. So yeah, all of that will be done on the texture for me. But, like I said, I will still watch this just in case there are other tidbits he brings up, like the thing about select more and select less. That was immediately handy when I wanted to make this little donut hole smaller. So we still got to see if there's any tidbits we can learn. How do we want to edge this donut? That is, in fact, a frosted donut. How the hell did they manage that? Yeah, see, if I didn't figure out extruding already, that's when we would have, like, done the rest of this model. Alright. Let's see. Uh... I mean, at this point, I feel like I'm good to just texture this. I gotta figure out, when does he get into texturing? Not the Terraria beat. Terraria wishes they had beats like this, bro. Old gen Armored Core music was truly something special. Shading... rendering... Lighting, composting... Animation... Rendering... Okay, so we have rendering and then rendering again. It must be in the shading. Does he not texture these donuts? I just realized. No, he must. He must, because, like, the little seam around the equator. Oh, he probably could have flat colored that. These donuts might be fully flat colored. I might have to go somewhere else to figure out texturing. But we can peep the shading video, see if maybe I can figure it out. This fucking guy. Wait. Parenting objects. Aha! Texturing the countertop. Okay. Okay. Add a plane. Simple enough. 6 is the only one you played, but you have played... Wait, what? Only one you've played, but you have played the other AC game. What, Ace Combat? Add plane. Big. Let's do like... Yeah, this'll do. Alright. Set this to 0. And I gotta figure out how to get these motherfuckers to sit on the ground, but I'm sure that will also be covered. Yeah, Ace Combat's another good one, for sure. It doesn't have, like, the music is amazing, but it doesn't have that unique, there's a unique energy that old Armored Core music has. Like, old Ace Combat music is different from current Ace Combat music, but it's like, I don't want to say butt rock, but it does have some Soren guitar. It's I don't know what it is, but it's not that like PS1 early PS2 techno vibe. Except maybe Electrosphere. Electrosphere might get into that a little bit. Okay, I guess, well, I don't need to do that because I didn't make the frosting object. But good to know. Oh, we're just freeballing it? Okay, I guess we're freeballing it. All right. Uh right, we want, yes. Grab along the Z-axis, slide that bad boy right up against it. You're already good to go, and you also need to be slid right there. Beautiful. Okay, hang on. I did miss a step. In part 4, he must have went over materials. Where the fuck would that be? I think aha! Okay, I can probably figure this out. Okay. For you... Material. New... Oh. It's doing something. Hello? There we go. Okay, those are all the materials for the Vroid model. That's what it is. Okay, no. New material, please. Material. I might need to remove the rewind model. Just because I have a sneaking suspicion, like, this shit's got thousands of polygons. It's probably slowing down Blender a fair bit. I wonder if there's a way I can... I suppose I could just bring it in as, like, a reference image and not actually the model. Especially because I can't seem to figure out how to interact with it yet anyways. I could always try that out on my own time. But this is material donut. Principled BSDF. Whatever that means. You can reduce its polygons temporarily. How? I would love to know how to do that. Same way you did the donut? No, so that's for adding. It's not a Blender file. I mean, it is a mesh, but the thing for the donut is, like, the modifier can only increase the polygons by adding subdivisions, as far as I can tell. I can check. There might be, like, a simplifier modifier. Let's see. We don't need the subdivision. Bevel. Decimate? That might be it. Reduce the geometry density. That might be it. Let's try that. Where is your mesh? Add modifier. Decimate. Ratio 0.1. I think that helped. Let's do that to all the other parts of it too. Decimate. I guess I want to decimate first. Because, like you said, the order matters. You reduce the polygon count, and then you apply all this shading or whatever this is. So it makes sense to... You want changes to the polygon count to be... Well, you want reductions to the polygon count to be early. And then for the face, do the same thing. Add modifier. Generate, decimate. Ratio of 0.1. And hair is probably the biggest offender of them all. .1. Yeah, you can definitely see it in the hair. That shit got annihilated. That looks like ass. But, yeah, hopefully that is... Yeah, it seems to be moving around just fine. I can grab this, move it around just fine. Okay. And now I can see things in color. Amazing. Okay, back to our material. We want image texture. So for now, let me I should have put this in its own folder, like the project file. I guess I can do that later. For now, let me grab a picture of bread. We can look for like a bread texture. Bread texture. Perfect. That's gonna look fantastic. Delicious brexture. Let's see, let's save this. My work, Blender. Donut. Text bread. Okay. Open. Yeah! That's a fucking donut, baby! That's what I'm fucking talking about. That looks like... Bro, that looks straight out of fucking Half-Life, dude. That's a Half-Life donut. You're gonna digest it. That will tear your stomach asunder. Look at these sharp ass polygons. That'd be like eating glass. All right. Now we need I can draw I'll draw my my donut texture, and then we can draw a little Escher texture as well, so I can figure out how to map it. Actually, that's a good question. How is this mapped? Mirror flat, repeat, single image. Image sequence UDIM files. Escher a donut? No, she's not going to be a donut. We got a little block person here. This will be the Escher textured object. Maybe it's like a hardtack donut? Gotta soak it in glaze? Oh man, hardtack donut soaked in glaze would unironically probably goes crazy. Backface culling. Surface, base color. Color space. Yeah, I don't know. How do you UV map? I guess I can just Google how to UV map in Blender. I'll find it. I am curious though. Alright. There's a donut. I need a countertop. Are you looking for the texture box? No. I'm looking for I was curious how you UV map the texture to the model. The texture box is like right here. We found it. Well, I guess technically this is the material box. I don't know if there's a specific area for textures. Oh, here we go. UV editing. Ah. Cool. Okay. We got that figured out. Which is great. If this looks pretty intuitive, I should be able to figure out how to apply this to our little person. Okay, back to layout. We'll look at that later. Okay, right. Looking for countertop picture. What do we want our countertop to be made of? I'm a big fan of what's it fucking called? Not limestone. Granite. I'm a big fan of granite. I like a nice black and white marbled granite countertop. But we got options. What else do they even make countertops out of? I feel like marble and granite are the two. Don't take it for granted. Never take it for granted. Give me like a asphalt texture. That shit looked like TV static. Hmm. Here we go. Kitchens have steel. Most countertops in England are softwood. Interesting. True, like a commercial kitchen for sure. Those do tend to be steel. I guess it's for the antimicrobial properties that metals have. Open image, new tab. Save this in my Blender folder. Counter. Text counter. Okay, our plane, which is our mesh counter. New material. I can make an A.K.StreamWorks box. It's true. I could definitely do that. Material counter. That might not be a bad idea. Making a donut box that can like open and close, and it's got a little transparent bit like to see what's inside the box. I think that would also be good practice. I could learn how to that could be my first step into learning how to fucking make shit animate. Because I'm pretty sure the donut tutorial is going to show me how to animate the camera, but I don't know if that will apply to actual objects. Low poly donut box with low poly donuts. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's a fucking donut box. How many polys could it possibly have? That's just a waste of effort at that point. Base color, image texture. Give me that texture counter. We are on the street. That is absolutely eye-searing. Hang on. Can I darken this, please? Coat. What? I don't know what that was. It's doing something. It's like, what is this? Oh. It's a reflection. I guess these trees are like the default reflect map. Okay, well, I don't want that. We don't need shiny ass asphalt. I don't think that's how that works. Sheen, emission, thin film. I just want to, like, color it, man. I don't want metallic. Can I give it... Can I give it another? Oh, I clicked something. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a keyframe thing. Cool. Those crispy boxes are only 2-ply card and flimsy as hell. Lots of triangles. I feel like you could accomplish that with a normal map. Like, you probably wouldn't want to go literally one face per side, but I don't think you would need to add that many faces. From what this tutorial has shown me, you could probably use modifiers and normal maps and such to give the illusion that it's way more flimsy. Not diffuse. Specular? Specular tint? Hmm. Zero 0.2. Okay, that doesn't appear to do anything. 10? Absolutely nothing. Okay, whatever. Honestly, how do I fucking tint the damn texture? New image. Okay, not that. Zero 0.5. Whoa. Ah. Wait. 0 0.9. I do 1? Okay. Interesting. It does support transparency to a degree. Pretty slick. Alright, but that is still not quite what I want. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. I can feel it. I want to know where it's getting that fucking picture from on the coat. Sheen? Aha. This'll do. Never mind. How do I fucking endarken something? Why is it only... it only makes things brighter. All the fucking effects on here only make things brighter. How about you? Oh my fucking god. In film? No. Input display. I guess I just have to edit the image and make it darker. Okay, I can do that real quick. Photoshop time. The countertop looks like the default Unreal Engine load screen. Does it? I did not think about that. Okay, open. Open. Where is it? I wonder if it'll let me save it. Because I think if Blender's using it, it's probably going to complain. So let me get it open and then change what texture it's using. We will temporarily change you to bread. It's the only other texture I got. Okay, now. Let me real quick. Brightness and contrast. This contrast needs to go way down, dude. This shit is crazy. Do levels. Copy. Color overlay. Get like a nice dark gray, but not quite black. There, that's probably better. We'll merge. Save it. Alright, let's try that again. Display number of users with this data. What the fuck? Oh, is that like how many objects are using this texture? That could be handy. Much better. That lighting is intense. Much better. What if we increase the roughness? Yeah, it should not have been that shiny, for sure. Maybe like a little bit. We'll make it not quite 1. 0.9? Yeah, there we go. A little affected by light. Okay. Let's see. We got about a half an hour. I think we can make this model a little more person shaped. Right now it is very it's got arms and legs, but it is very square. We can work on this a little bit. If I compare to the full size one. Okay. So we'll wanna tighten up the waist a little bit. Also, the torso should probably be a little taller, realistically. Let's see. That means... Okay, what if I do... this? No. We probably want... That can make this difficult, actually. Looks like a Tabs character. Lollipop proportions? Listen, they're just like... I'm going for like person proportions, but just like scaled down a little bit. Unless Lollipop are known for having very short torsos and long leggies. Though their limbs are stubby, aren't they? Okay, so we want X-ray. So I can select all of this. Excuse you. I want just the vertices, please. Let's try that again. There we go. And then grab this. Yeah! On the Z-axis. Okay, let's give him a little bit more body. This feels right. Have I learned loop cuts? No, absolutely not. I'm starting from scratch. We'll figure it out. When loop cuts become necessary, I'll figure it out. Okay, so then I would want to... Annotate, measure, add cube, extrude region, inset bevel, cut mesh loop and slide it. Okay. Maybe useful for waist, elbows, and knees. Yep, I'm looking at it, and yeah, that sounds about right. Offset edge loop cut. What the fuck is this? Let's try this. Inverse square. Ah. Okay, okay. Hang on. Aha, okay. I guess I don't need to slide it for now. We just need to put them there. Make sure they're in the same spot. And then take these, connect the path. Take these and connect the path. All right. And then you, what is it, Alt? Yeah, Alt click. Push and pull. Bada bing, bada boom. Got yourself a fucking waist. Let's see. On the front, it doesn't really go in from the front. It does go in from the back. So let's grab this edge here. Yoink it out a little bit on the y-axis. Yeah, looks about right. And then, Build a bitch workshop is crazy. Probably want to bring the arms up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I would need to loop across here. I don't believe. I will definitely need to study some other low poly models and just sort of figure out the gist of how you actually build this. Because this is definitely going to be like, we're making a box person, and then I'm throwing this away and starting from scratch again once I have a better idea of what the fuck I want the final product to actually look like. Okay, let's take you and you and you and you. little bit higher like so. And inset from the hips. And the hips probably, yeah, no, I think I'd bring them out a little bit. So we'll push and pull these a little bit. Love low poly characters? Yeah, dude. I really feel like that's my favorite 3D style is low poly looks so good. Grab these and this. I gotta use the technique. Hang on. It only went around so far. There we go. Okay. It was better than nothing. Push and pull. Get some hips on that motherfucker. Looks like we may want to pull this back just a tad. And, okay. Here, let's yoink. Y-axis back just a little bit. And then, unselect you. Would it be wise to move these back? No. I would want to add another point. Because that looks fucking crazy. Or does it? Hang on. Does that look crazy, or am I fucking cooking over here? That might actually be the move. Bring that forward. That is not the move. We'll do something about that. Kinda. Seamus from Family Guy? Ah, yes, the peg legs, for sure. Hmm. I guess I would want to connect these. I think. I don't know if that's necessary. No, I think I do, because like looking at it at this angle, the way that it intersects very awkwardly, I think I do need to connect these. Okay. Let's do that real quick. It's J is the shortcut for that. Okay. J for join. That makes sense. And do the same thing here. Join these bad boys. And join these. Okay. Bring these two forward. Just a little bit. Try to keep it subtle. Whatever I'm gonna do about the head is gonna be fucking crazy, and that also means I have to learn how to do hair, which is going to be a fucking nightmare. I'm certain. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Little by little. It's looking a little bit more personally. All right. Arms and or knees and elbows. Slightly. Is that too much leg? I do love me some leg. No, most renders, you know, do hair as a separate part. That would, I mean, that does make sense. Yeah, like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, this... Wait, no, if I just do it in the middle, then it'll be consistent between the two sides. Aha. See, this one actually works correctly, which is great. The loop cut around here was slightly awkward. Bada bing, bada boom. However, I don't believe that they are truly even. I think I want to bring them in a little bit. So let's grab this. What if I grab both of you and then push pull? What does that look like? That's not bad. That just kind of worked. That's not bad. What the fuck happened to your hands, dog? Good heavens. Decimate is correct. I didn't even think about that. You can control R for full loops on your mouse position. Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Considering the viewer model does body, head, and hair as 3 separate parts, I probably should have done that here as well. Which I probably will end up doing. But like I said, I'll probably end up, like, scrapping this model entirely and starting over after some research. But I would like to at least put a texture on this. Not tonight, of course, we're about out of time. Maybe next time I got an open slot to stream, we'll do a little texture drawing stream. I probably want to bring this whole torso section forward a little bit. Yeah, that's probably the move. Alright, let's look at it from this side. Get me dead on here. Get me X-rayed. We want these brought forward, and potentially you as well. For now, let's just start with this. Grab Y-axis forward just a bit. Whoops. There we go. Are you going for RuneScape, low poly, or Banjo and Kazooie? I'm going for something closer to Mega Man Legends. Nope, I'm gonna need... I think the waist needs to be higher, actually. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. It does not know. I tried to do the ring select. It does not know. It does not know which direction it wanted me to take it in. That's fair. Grab. Z-axis. Will this be higher? Just a little bit. Cinch it a little bit more. There we go. It looks like these two would be a little higher. I think. It's probably raised a little too much. You want it to be a little subtle. And then here as well. Bring these up a little bit. The forelegs are a little bit longer than the thighs. There we go. This is a boxy person. Shoulders probably sloped down a little bit. So let me grab these and these. It's probably a little bit too much. Something like that. I would probably have a seam going down this way so I can round this out a little bit. But it's a start. Yeah, I could use this to practice the basics of like putting bones and stuff and moving it around. And then after that, probably make another model. Okay. Cool. I would say pretty damn good progress for a night. One afternoon of study. I'm a little choice paralyzed for where to go from here because we got a couple options. I could try remaking the model to make it look better. I could try learning how to make a head and hair since those are all separate. I could try the bone stuff, or I could do texturing. I guess texturing would be the most familiar territory. But I might end up doing that off stream. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see. Uh, yeah, I gotta say, I am pretty happy with the progress that we were able to do in like 3 hours. I am good, thank you, thank you. I love our donut here. It's my favorite. It's not even close. This thing looks fucking fantastic. It is exactly how I want it to look. Of course, it's lacking frosting and sprinkles, and I'll need to draw over that. But in general, yeah, this is the look that I'm going for. This low poly look with fucking pixelated as hell texture on it. I'm a big fan. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna draw on the frosting and sprinkles, and then I'll probably take a little screenshot. Let people know I've made my donut. I barely followed the tutorial, realistically speaking, but I learned what I needed to. That's what's important. Alright. Let's see who I can send y'all off to. Who's on? Wait, Sarah, you never got into the Discord? What the fuck? Alright, give me your username. Let's see who's on. Oh, right. Wait, I can find you in Scar's Discord, silly me. I'll just do that. Invite to server. There we go. You have a present for me. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Iza's on. Noro's on. Kata's on. We got a couple of options here. Might be... Perhaps Isa time. Perhaps. Yeah, I think if I did manage to get the texture done, and I would probably want to learn the animation, like the camera animation too. If I had my finished donut, I would definitely want to raid into another artist's and be like, I made my donut. But we haven't earned it yet. We're not done. So we'll just go over to Isa. Never heard to send over to another Ethernet homie. Alright. As always, I like to support smaller streamers, so if you're coming with me on this raid, remember to be nice. You can be little gremlin bastards if you want, but be nice about it. And most importantly, give the streamer a chance to shine, give them a chance to show their stuff, and until... Excuse me. Until Thursday, which I think TXR is going to be out, so we'll probably end up doing that. Or maybe more Blender, who knows? TXR is the sort of game that I can definitely play off stream. So we'll see. Depending on how much Blender I get done on Tuesday and Wednesday, will determine what we do on Thursday. But until then, thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Fal. Thank you, Thera. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, McVin. Thank you, Monster. Thank you, Gray. Thank you, Boop, for the raid. Thank you, Mike. Alright, looks like that's everybody. Or as far back as chat goes, at least. If I miss anybody, I do apologize. But again, until Thursday, same time, same place, I will see you all next time.